This poster is on the ontogenetic variability in collagen fiber orientation at the midshaft femur of Virunga mountain gorillas. The preferred collagen fiber orientation in bone influences its resistance to loading in tension and compression. Studies have demonstrated that collagen fibers aligned longitudinally to the loading axis are better able to resist tensional loads, and transversely aligned fibers are more resistant to compressional loads. Behavioral studies have indicated that there are distinct locomotor differences between adult and immature Virunga mountain gorillas, with the adults being much more terrestrial and the juveniles being more arboreal. Around 3 years of age, there is a shift to a more adult-like form of knuckle-walking quadrupedalism, with a significant decrease in locomotor behaviors like climbing. As preferred collagen fiber orientation influences bone strength, we adjust whether the distribution of collagen fiber orientation will change with age in accordance with the observed shift in behavior. We ask, is there non-random age and spatial variability in collagen fiber orientation at the midshaft femur of mountain gorillas that reflects their locomotor repertoire? The first aim is to determine whether younger individuals show a significantly different collagen fiber orientation than older individuals in accordance with the documented shifts in locomotor behavior around 3 years of age. The second aim is to determine the spatial distribution of collagen fiber orientation across regions, that is, concentric rings and radial sectors within cross-sections. Figure 1 shows patterns of collagen fiber orientation in the top image. The middle image depicts osteons composed of collagen fibers in linearly polarized light, creating a Maltese cross. The bottom image depicts osteons composed of collagen fibers in circularly polarized light, eliminating the Maltese cross. In circularly polarized light, collagen fibers that orient themselves transverse to the optical axis appear birefringent or bright, and those oriented longitudinally or parallel to the optical axis are dark. 100-micron sections of midshaft femora from 13 gorillas ranging from 0 to 21.4 years of age were prepared for CPL imaging following established illumination standards. CPL images were converted to grayscale in Fiji and binned using an 8-bit color lookup table depicted in Figure 2, and segmented to create the concentric rings and radial sectors depicted in Figure 3. Proportional area, represented by LUT bends, was analyzed to test for age differences among whole cross-sections and across concentric rings, radial sectors, and the anterior-posterior cortex within cross-sections. This analysis provides preliminary evidence of regional differences of collagen fiber orientation which may reflect load distribution associated with locomotion. The box plot in Figure 4 depicts proportional LUT bend values across whole cross-sections by age group, showing a predominance of longitudinally oriented collagen fiber for both groups. The box plot in Figure 5 depicts proportional LUT bend values across radial sectors by age group, showing a predominance of longitudinally oriented collagen fiber across radial sectors. The box plot in Figure 6 depicts the mean LUT bend value across concentric rings by age group, showing increased mean values indicating birefringence in the inner ring for both groups. The box plot in Figure 7 depicts the mean LUT bend value across the anterior-posterior cortex by age group, showing increased mean values indicating birefringence in the posterior cortex for both groups. While no significant age differences were found across whole cross-sections, there is a predominance of longitudinally oriented collagen across all ages depicted in Figure 4. This is in agreement with prior studies that find predominantly longitudinal collagen fiber orientation. Significant values were found across radial sectors for both age classes. However, a post hoc Wilcoxon signed rank identified no significant values, depicted in Figure 5. There is a predominance of longitudinally oriented collagen fibers across radial sectors. Significant results were found across concentric rings for both age classes. The increased brightness in the inner ring could be due to it often being composed of lamellar bone, which appears bright in CPL microscopy. Significant contrasts were also found between the anterior-posterior cortex. Younger individuals have increased birefringence in the posterior cortex, or lower median proportions of LUT-BIN1 for infants. This may indicate load distribution associated with locomotor behavior. However, this study lacks in vivo data that would inform about bending distribution. It may also be due to an increased remodeling or regional tissue type variation, such as the presence of Sharpie fiber bone. Further studies with an increased sample size across ages is needed for more statistical power. Future directions would focus on the distribution of collagen fiber orientation across the anterior-posterior axis in regard to locomotor behavior and/or regional variation of tissue type. Additional studies of monkeys and apes representing a more diverse sample of phylogenetic relatedness and locomotor behaviors are needed to build the comparative context necessary to interpret collagen fiber orientation in fossil hominins.